All right. So, hey everybody, what's up? Welcome to Cartoon Fridays number 35. My name is, of course, Monsters Review, and we're live today, actually. Normally this is like a pre-recorded podcast, but we're live today. And here with me today is PaleoSteno. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing good.
So what kind of stuff do you do on your channel, for those that may not know?
I do mainly just like review stuff. I do like movies, cartoons, sometimes games, so stuff like that.
Cool. Yeah, so I guess let's get right into the news. So, our first story is about. What's up? Welcome to hold on. Let me turn this off. 35. My name is. Alright, so our first set of news today is that a Reddit user by the name of UnknownJ25 put this picture on Reddit. It's basically a picture from inside the Warner Bros. Burbank offices, and it has some posters of some shows that are currently in development at Warner Bros. Like Teen Titans Go, The Tom and Jerry Show, Wabbit, which is a new Looney Tunes show, and Be Cool Scooby Doo, Mike Tyson Mysteries, that kind of stuff. And to the right, they have one that says JLA, which most likely stands for Justice League of America. And it has silhouettes of characters such as Wonder Woman and Batman and The Flash. So this has led many people to speculate that a Justice League series is in the works. What do you think about this?
Oh, that sounds interesting. I actually started like rewatching Justice League on Netflix not too long ago, so
Yeah.
it'd be interesting to see what their new take on it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, I love all the Bruce Timm and Paul Dini stuff. I mean, I don't know how I would feel if it was like a comedy, kind of like a Teen Titans Go thing.
Yeah.
I think that it's time though for like another action cartoon. I mean, like the last actual action cartoon was Young Justice, and that ended what 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I guess if this is true, Warner Bros hasn't confirmed anything yet. But if this is true, it's going to be fantastic in my opinion. That something like this is going to happen. I mean, it might not necessarily be a series. You know, it might be another like direct to DVD movie, or um, I don't know.
Yeah.
They
I
might just
have
be
a
showing
feeling
up.
it might be a series though, since like all those posters are from a cartoon that they have.
Yeah, I really hope it happens. Um, so next up, Nickelodeon. They released something that really surprised me. Actually, they're actually looking to possibly reboot some of their older shows, especially from the '90s. They haven't said which show specifically, but from what's his name? From Russell Hicks, president of content and development at Nickelodeon, he said, "We're looking at our library to bring back ideas, shows that we loved, in a new, fresh way." So basically, they're looking to bring back some older cartoons and maybe even live action shows from the '90s and presumably early 2000s. How do you feel about this?
Um, I'm not sure. Like, because I remember reading about this, and they use like examples of like Rugrats and Hey Arnold. Though
Yeah,
I feel like with Rugrats, like it went on for so long.
yeah.
Like, what would
Rugrats
you
already
do with a
had a pretty
reboot?
lengthy run.
Yeah.
Uh,
But Hey Arnold kind of had like an unsatisfactory conclusion to it, so I'm not
yeah.
sure like if that would be good.
They even mentioned shows like Victorious too, and that just ended recently, and that went on for like 5 years. I
Hmm.
mean, I could see some shows possibly, getting a reboot. They said something in the Variety article that said like they weren't necessarily looking to bring back certain series and like bring back the series in the form of like a TV show, but rather in like a special or a mini series, kind of like what Netflix has been doing with
Oh.
certain stuff. So,
Hmm.
I mean, I guess that might be pretty good. You know, it's not like they're overstaying their welcome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't expecting them to do this at all. You know, it's really unlikely that they do stuff like this. But I guess as long as they don't butcher it, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Next up, Shaun the Sheep. Recently they had a movie, but there's going to be
Yeah.
Shaun the Sheep shorts airing. They're start airing Tuesday at 11 a.m. on Cartoon Network. From what I remember,
Really?
yeah, they used to air on Disney Channel like what five
Yeah.
something years ago.
Because I did a review of it, and people were I was said I didn't know if it was like brought over here, but if it was
Yeah,
if it was, it wasn't advertised very well at all because I had no idea about it.
yeah.
Um,
Did you get a chance to see the Shaun the Sheep movie?
yeah, I did.
How was it?
Yeah, it was really good. It's really plays out like a silent movie, and there's no dialogue at all. But it's you can still like understand everything that's going on. But
Yeah.
it was really good.
Yeah, I mean, I used to watch like those Shaun the Sheeps and Wallace and Gromits. I saw the commercial for it. I never got a chance to see it at the theater though. But I heard that it did really bad in the box office, at least in
Yeah.
America.
I think mainly because they had really weird times for it. The only times I could actually see it at was like during the afternoon during the week.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah.
So, Regular Show the movie got released on Tuesday digitally, on like iTunes and Amazon Instant Video and Vudu and that kind of stuff. It's not set to be released onto DVD until October, and it's not going to air on Cartoon Network until November. Did you get a chance to see it yet?
Yes, I have seen it.
Yeah, me too. What did you think of it?
I thought it was pretty good. I don't think I liked it as much as a lot of other people did, but
Yeah.
so like I'm gonna actually after this I'm probably gonna record my review for it.
Hmm.
But it really feels like an extended like episode,
Yeah, that's exactly
and
what I said. Yeah.
yeah,
Um.
and
Oh, sorry.
um yeah, I do like how it actually tried to focus on Mordecai and Rigby because I feel like if it tried to focus on like all the different characters and all of them having certain arcs, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be as good. But I like that they focused on like Mordecai and Rigby's relationship rather than everybody's.
Yeah, I probably would have felt like there was a lot going on, which there was, but that would have been a
Yeah.
lot on top of it. Personally, I liked it. Yeah, it definitely felt like an extended episode of regular show. Um, I wasn't expecting too much since it was just a TV movie. Um, I did enjoy how it focused on Mordecai and Rigby's friendship. I like some of the cameos that were made in it and some of the references.
Yeah.
Especially one, I don't know if you recall this one, but the one in the helicopter.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool reference. I'm not going to spoil that, but yeah, I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. I was expecting a tad more, but I mean, I know I'm not one to beg. It was
Yeah,
pretty good.
I'm not sure what I was expecting, like because from the trailer I was like, "Oh, that'll be good," but I didn't think it would be like anything more than good. So
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
it follows the regular show formula. Like, it's just an average day in the park. Something crazy happens, and then it goes back to normal,
yeah.
as every regular show does. Um, so yeah, pretty satisfied with that. So next, we're gonna talk about some upcoming Cartoon Network schedule stuff. So yeah, this is the cartoon forecast. On Cartoon Network, they had reruns of Courage the Cowardly Dog from the 6 to 7 a.m. time slot this week. That came to me as a surprise. But unfortunately,
Hmm.
this was last week was the only week that had it. They're not continuing it on to next week, which is a bummer.
Huh.
Baby Looney Tunes has been airing it at the 9 a.m. time slot. I mean, I haven't been watching that, but I guess it's still something cool to see. Um, for this weekend, it's mostly Teen Titans Go with a bit of We Bare Bears and Steven Universe and Clarence. For Adult Swim, Toonami, the entire Toonami broadcast this week will just be a marathon of, excuse me if I pronounce this wrong, Mikshiku and Hakchin. I think I
Oh
just
yeah,
butchered that.
yeah. I
Yeah,
saw them advertising that, and then they said we're going to like air all the rest of it this night. So
they're just like, let's get this over with.
yeah,
Yeah, apparently.
which has me thinking like, are they going to try to phase out Toonami again? Because
Oh,
they
they
give
are.
them weird time slots. Oh, they are. Okay.
They're preparing for a rebrand this October. Actually, I don't remember what it's called exactly. There's a certain name for it, and they've been like, peeking at it a little bit, or you know, sneaking some stuff. And yeah, there's gonna be like a big event, and it's going to change the face of Toonami. So I don't
Hmm.
think by that much though. Um, and also, I think they call it Dragon Con. That's Adult Swim's convention that's coming up soon. Have you heard about that at
Yeah,
all?
yeah. My friend Saber, he lives near Atlanta, so, but wait, that is that this weekend?
I'm not sure if it's this weekend. I just know that it's coming up pretty soon.
Okay, yeah, because I I think it was this weekend that it was going on. Um,
Yeah, if it already didn't happen. um,
oh yeah, it is this weekend. Like it just started today.
oh really?
So yeah, and it goes on until the 7th.
Yeah, I heard that they have some Toonami stuff there. It's a lot of William Street stuff. I would go there if I
Yeah,
lived in the Georgia area, but nope.
yeah. I think it's the biggest con in the southeast.
Oh really? That's crazy.
Yeah. We don't have many conventions here, but that's the big one.
Yeah. Boomerang, the movies for this weekend. On Saturday, it's Tom and Jerry's Giant Adventure, and Sunday, it's Scooby Doo's Stage Fright. I think
Huh.
those are direct to DVD. I'm not sure, but Nickelodeon. Mostly this weekend, it's going to be SpongeBob and the new Alvin and the Chipmunks series. Have you had a chance to see that yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
It looks weird.
I've slightly seen some of it. From what I've seen, it's doing really well in terms of ratings. Um,
Huh.
yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have an opinion on it really because I've only seen some its and bits of it. But yeah, like you said, the models kind of look weird. And from the its and bits that I saw, um, it I don't think it reminded me of the older Alvin and the Chipmunks at all. But if anything, it kind of, at least in my opinion, swayed more towards the recent like Alvin and the Chipmunk movies. Because
Yeah.
there's another one coming out like this winter or whatever, and
Yeah,
this year's
it's
probably
it's coming out
even
like
that.
around Christmas. It's
Yeah,
called the Road Chip
yeah. I mean,
instead of Road Trip.
I think anybody can really do the voices of them. I know for a fact that the people starring as Alvin and the Chipmunks in the movies aren't the same people doing it in the TV show. It's basically just people with their pics turned up all the way.
Yeah.
So yeah. Disney XD, they're gonna have a lot of Phineas and Ferb tomorrow morning, and they're going to air Spy Kids 2, and then Sunday they're having a Gravity Falls weekend marathon.
Cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen Gravity Falls in quite a while actually, so maybe I'll check that out.
Yeah. I've been keeping up with it, and it's still really good. It's just that their schedule is like so weird.
Yeah, for sure. Um, Discovery Family. It's just the usual stuff. There's some movies, and then My Little Pony, My Little Pet Shop, all that stuff. Or not My Littlest Pet Shop, or is that what it's called?
It's Littlest Pet Shop.
Littlest Pet Shop. Yeah.
Yeah. I think people call it that because of My Little Pony, so they're like, dude, they want to put my in front of the littlest.
Yeah. So now we're on to the Q&A session. First question from Cameron Mitchell. If you made a cartoon, what channel would it be on, and what would it be about?
Huh.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I'd probably. I don't think I would put it on Nickelodeon. I don't really like how Nickelodeon's been handling a lot of their cartoons recently. Um, I'd
Yeah.
probably I'd probably put it on like Cartoon Network or maybe Disney XD. And I don't know what it'd be about. I'd have to come up with an idea and then pitch it and then develop on it.
Yeah, I'd probably do it like on Cartoon Network or something. And I did have like a little comic that I made when I was a teenager of these two cetaceans of like an orca and a bottlenose dolphin. So I'd probably do something like
Oh
that.
really? That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Next question from Michelle Aldama. Hey, Monsters Review, I have some questions. Number one, what's your opinion on Squidbillies and the Boondocks? Um, I don't know. I know that my aunt's cousin animated on the Squidbillies, and
Oh.
she showed me some of the behind the scenes stuff. But overall, I'm not really. It's not my cup of tea, per se. And the Boondocks, I've seen some of it. I'll watch it if there's like nothing else on, but I'd prefer watching other things. How about you?
Squidbillies, I don't mind it. Like I prefer like Palpatine Hunger Force as far as like those that type of animation.
Yeah.
Um, but the Boonbot, but the Boondocks, I do really like, except for the fourth season, which really sucks.
Was that the most recent one?
Yeah, that's the recent one where they're like, let's bring this back, and then it wasn't as good at all.
And then it failed and ended.
Yeah.
Number two, who do you like better, the Grinch or the Lorax? Um, Probably the Grinch. I like his character overall more.
Yeah, the Grinch.
Lorix is just like, hey, don't cut down trees, and the Grinch is like, hey, I'm gonna steal Christmas presents. I think
Yeah.
that that's more interesting. Number three, which show do you like, the Brack show or the Cleveland show? To be honest, I like both. I don't really know which one I would think is better. Maybe the Brack show.
Yeah, I'd say the Brack show. Though those two are like completely different.
Oh yeah, yeah, they're polar opposites. Um, Samuel Ofo says, "Oh, by the way, I got a lot of questions asking this, so sorry if yours didn't get chosen. I just picked one out of the bunch. What do you think Cartoon Network bringing back old shows like Baby Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry Tales, and Courage? What do you think about Cartoon Network rerunning older shows? Personally, I like it. I mean, they've mostly been sticking to what they're currently airing. And I mean, I guess it's cool for Exchange to rerun some older stuff. I know that there's a big audience for that kind of stuff, and they seem to like it.
Yeah, I really miss when they reran older cartoons, especially when they had like stuff like the Acme Hour.
Oh yeah,
I'd watch that a lot.
yeah. I
So
used to watch, back like 10 years ago. Instead of rerunning like shows that they are now, they used to rerun like Hanna Barbera stuff, and I
yeah,
remember watching Tex Avery cartoons a lot. Those were
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Attilo53241 says, "What's your opinion on Cartoon Network Canada and Adult Swim Canada?" I don't live in Canada, so I wouldn't know how it is. I don't pay too much attention to that kind of stuff. Only when there's like a really big change, but I wouldn't know because I don't watch Cartoon Network Canada or Adult Swim Canada. How about you? I don't think you're from Canada either.
No, I have no idea how different it is.
Yeah. What's your favorite sport? My favorite sport is basketball. I used to play basketball. Sometimes I still do, and I like to watch the NBA and college basketball sometimes. How about you?
Um, I don't know. I'm not much of a sports
You're not a sports
person.
person? Yeah.
Can can I say like scuba diving? Even though I've never
Scuba
done
diving.
it.
Yeah. Brian Aguilar says, "Have you seen Total Drama Revenge of the Island?" I don't remember watching like a full episode. I think I saw part of it and I turned off the TV. Um, I mean, I used to, as I've said a lot, I used to watch Total Drama Island every so often. I didn't really like Total Drama Action. I kind of liked Total Drama World Tour, and then I really haven't liked anything past that. How about you?
Hmm. I never really got into the total drama series like at all.
Yeah. I mean, I liked the first season. It was definitely something new that Cartoon Network brought to the table in a good way and a bad way. Um, but yeah, I haven't really seen Total Drama Revenge of the Island. Who's your favorite Nickelodeon pet? And by this, I think they mean like who's your favorite? What's your favorite? Pet that a Nickelodeon character has.
Oh, hmm. I'd have to think about that.
Uh,
Because I can't really think of any.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot. There's Appa, Momo, um, Gary. Um,
Oh yeah, Gary.
yeah. Personally, maybe it's Goddard from Jimmy Neutron. I always really liked Goddard.
Oh yeah,
He always came out, as most other cartoon animals. They normally have more personality than your typical animal. And
yeah.
you can relate and empathize with them. And I really liked Goddard's character from Jimmy Neutron.
Oh yeah, what was the name of the pig from Hey Arnold?
I don't remember.
I can't remember its name, but I know Arnold had a pig.
Was he your
And
favorite?
no, I don't think he was my favorite. I think I'd probably go with Gary because of that episode where SpongeBob enters the dreams and he enters Gary's dream and he's just like this big
Oh,
thing.
yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other ones. I don't know. Maybe you can consider Craig one from Sanjay and Craig.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I don't know really. Oh, what's Spike? Isn't that one from Rugrats?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a cool character. Um, what's your favorite episode of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends?
Ooh.
Yeah, I have a lot of favorite episodes from that show. One that's coming to me right now is I don't remember the name of it specifically, but it was about where Mac entered like a student film festival and like he sold a bunch of stuff or whatever to afford the budget, and like Blue was directing it or whatever. And they had like Tom Hanks, and he had like a bucket on his head, and he used to walk around. And at the screening, it was a wicked epic and cinematic movie. And at the screening of the movie, it just like cut off, and it cut to Eduardo's recording of Lauren is Explorin', which was like the parody of Dora the Explorer. I love that episode.
Well, my favorite is probably the I'm not sure if I can choose this, but the movie that they had, like the TV movie that they had with
Was it Destination Imagination?
yeah, Destination Imagination. Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah. I also remember watching Good Will Hunting. That was another one of the TV movies. I like that
Oh
one a
yeah.
lot. The one where
Yeah,
like
that one's a shorter one, but yeah.
he tries to find his roots. I really like that one. Um, hey Monster, thanks for including my question and the last Cartoon Fridays. You're welcome. Um, I have two questions for you. What do you think about the new Scooby Doo series, Be Cool Scooby Doo? Um, I don't know. You know, Scooby Doo franchise has been going strong for what 50 years now. um,
Yep.
and you know, and plus they recently announced too that there's going to be a new Scooby Doo movie, a new animated Scooby Doo movie. We're not sure if it's
Yeah,
2D
animated this time.
yeah, we're not sure if it's CG or 2D yet, but nonetheless, I don't know. I mean, the show hasn't come out yet, so I don't really have a necessary or I don't necessarily have an opinion on it. But I don't know. I saw the art style, and I mean, it looks kind of wacky. Um, you know, kind of Scooby Doo series are kind of hit and miss for me. Some of them I've liked, some of them I haven't. How about you?
Um, yeah, I've liked some, but I don't know anything uh about the new series. I haven't like seen anything about it, so
Yeah.
I don't think I can say anything about it.
And then also, what do you think about the new Looney Tunes series Wabbit, focusing on Bugs Bunny? That hasn't come out yet either, but most of the Looney Tunes series that I've seen at least focus on Bugs Bunny, except for certain ones like Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, they normally focus on Bugs Bunny. That's not really a surprise to me, but I don't know. Again, it hasn't come out yet. Same thing for you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um,
Yeah,
oh,
I'm interested to see where it goes though.
yeah. Um, what's the best game you've played in 2014? I'd assume that's like, our favorite games that came out in 2014.
In 2014?
Yeah. Did South Park The Stick of Truth come out in 2014?
Yes, it did.
That'd probably go down in my favorites.
Shovel Knight will probably be for me.
Oh, Shovel Knight was good. Yeah. There was a lot of games
Yeah.
too that I can't think of. Didn't Smash Bros, the new one, come out in
Yeah,
2014?
Smash came out.
And Mario Kart 8, I think.
Yep.
There were some pretty good games that came out in 2014. So now you guys can ask questions live here on the live stream. Those were our prepared questions that were asked on my ask.fm page. So now you guys can ask questions live here, and we'll answer them now. We'll just wait on standby while those questions are coming in, if there already is any. Let me check. Let's see. Didn't Smash Bros? Mostly just comments. Yeah, Scooby. Someone says Scooby Doo will go on until the end of time. I feel like that's true because normally when like a Scooby Doo iteration gets canceled, there's a new one that comes out like a year later. Because before this, there was like Scooby Doo Mystery Incorporated. Then before that, there was like What's New Scooby Doo. So it's a Scooby Doo series.
We'll just have to see like which current franchises that have been going on the longest, like, G.I. Joe, Transformers, My Little Pony, Scooby Doo.
Wait, G.I. Joe
Like,
is
all
still
those-
going on?
Yeah.
I didn't know that at all. That's crazy.
I mean, they still have toys and stuff, so
Yeah. And they had those G.I. Joe movies like 5 years ago. Those kind of failed.
yeah.
Um, Hey Monster, I wanted to make a cartoon in black and white like the old Felix the Cat and Mickey Mouse cartoons and wanted your opinion. Um, that's cool. You know, it's something different. Um, I don't
Yeah.
remember the name of it. There's a new video game that's coming out that's like black and white and
Oh, Cuphead.
Cuphead. Yeah,
I know
that
exactly what you're talking
that
about.
game
Yeah.
looks fantastic. I really want to play that.
Yeah.
Did you used to play Fusion Fall? I think I tried playing it once, but like I got lost and like I didn't know what I didn't know how to go on, and I just like rage quit. How about
Fusion
you?
Fall? No, I never played it.
Um, let's see, Kill a Kill or Gurren Lagann? I don't know, maybe Kill a Kill. I'm not. I'm
Yeah, I
not.
I haven't I haven't watched Gurren Lagann yet, so
Yeah, I haven't seen too much of it either, and I'm not overall. I'm not really too much of an anime watcher, so yeah. Um, let's see. Thoughts on the new Disney XD show Pickle and Peanut? I haven't seen too much from it. All I know is that it's from the creator of Fish Hooks, and I didn't really watch that show too much. I'm gonna check it out. Remain optimistic and maybe I'll like it. I hope it's not one of those things where it's just like they try to create humor off of things just being random, and it's kind of weird that a pickle and a peanut are, you know, I feel like they just kind of like put a bunch of like various things or foods in a hat and then picked them out and I used to get like a pickle and peanut. How about you?
yeah. I haven't watched Fish Hooks at all. I haven't watched many Disney shows except for like the ones that get attention, I
Like
guess.
Phineas and Ferb
Because
and Gravity Falls.
uh, well, I haven't really watched Phineas and Ferb either. I mean, I've watched a little bit of Phineas and Ferb, but not much. Like I've watched like Gravity Falls, Wander Over Yonder, and like Star vs. the Forces of Evil,
Yeah,
and that's about it.
I promised these guys that I was going to give them a review on Star vs. Force of Evil, but I still haven't seen it yet, and it premiered like several months ago.
Yeah,
But from what I've heard, it's really good. I heard that people that like Steven Universe would like it, so um,
yeah.
I'm probably gonna give it a watch. And yeah. Um, let's see. Who are your guys' favorite YouTubers? Let me check my subscriptions right now. Actually, I'm subscribed to a lot of people. Some of my favorite YouTubers are like daily vloggers. I watch Casey Neistat. He has some really cool videos. Um, I follow Film Right. They do like film DIY tutorials and stuff like that. Fun for Louie. He does like daily travel vlogs. But in terms of like the kind of stuff that my channel's about, I like watching Black Nerd Comedy, Rebel
Yeah, me too.
Taxi, you.
Yeah, yeah, Black Dirty Comedy and Rebel Taxi, definitely. I also watch a lot of like game channels like JonTron and a bunch of those other
Oh,
review
those ones.
people.
Yeah, I know a lot of
Um,
people that watch like Game Grumps and all that stuff.
yeah. And also Red Letter Media, especially their Half in the Bag series on movies.
The only thing I believe it was from Red Letter Media. I'm not sure if it was though. It was a video of him reacting to the Star Wars Episode 7 teaser trailer,
Oh,
and he like destroyed a bunch of rare Star Wars memorabilia. Was that him?
it might have been Red Letter Media. I mean, Red Letter Media is like a bunch of people, but um, that
I
might
think
have
it's one of the
been
guys.
that channel.
Yeah. That's all I remember. um, so yeah. Um, let's see. Do you think Cartoon Network will re-air some of their shows like Ed, Edd n Eddy, Conan Next Door, etc.? Maybe, they just aired Courage, they kind of tested the waters with that, only airing it for a week, and then they're also airing Baby Looney Tunes. Um, and something I forgot to mention, actually, Boomerang, starting this Monday or Tuesday, I think it's Monday, they're gonna start rerunning Johnny Test again. I was like, oh no.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. Um, what's your favorite Hanna-Barbera shows? Um, I don't know. I used to watch Boomerang a lot when Cartoon Network kind of started kicking the bucket for me. Um, but I used to watch a lot of shows like C Lab 2020, um, Perils of Penelope Pit Stop, Wacky Races, Flintstones, Jetsons. Um, I used to watch a lot of them actually. I don't know if I have a favorite. How about you?
My favorite is probably Flintstones. I used to watch that a lot.
What,
When they started airing it like at night, like in their late 90s, early 2000s, they
on
aired it
Cartoon
like at
Network?
the prime time slot of like where it used to be.
Yeah. Um, did you watch the Flintstones live action movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. But did you also see that recently Warner Bros. Released direct-to-DVD film called Flintstones versus the WWE? I just
Yeah.
butchered that. WWE. There we go. Yeah, I saw that they kind of changed the art style. I'm not really looking forward to that because they also did like a Scooby Doo versus the WWE, and they did Scooby Doo
Yeah.
versus Kiss. I'm not sure what's up with Warner Bros. Um, would you guys be excited if they made a new Pokemon series without Ash and actually progressed?
I wish they did. Because there's this one series, I forgot what it was called, but it was
Pokemon
like during the
Chronicles?
yeah, I think that's probably what it is. Because they just focused on these different trainers. Like they should really do that every generation and not just have Ash.
Yeah, it started out with Brock, Misty, and Ash. Then I think like Misty got cut out, then Brock got cut out, and then now it's a bunch of new people, and the only familiar faces are Ash and Pikachu. So I
Yeah.
think it would be definitely um, a different step to see new Pokemon characters like a new trainer or whatever. But Pikachu and Ash are almost kind of like more so Pikachu, but they're kind of like this staple of Pokemon. Like whenever people think of Pokemon, like not people that are fans of Pokemon, but just like the common people, they think of like Pikachu and Ash Ketchum. So I don't know if the series,
Yeah.
maybe that would please the Pokemon fans, but maybe that would just make it lose like mainstream attention. But I don't know.
Mm. I think as long as like Pikachu's still there, then they'll they'll still like it just happens that every new trainer that they focus on has a Pikachu.
Yeah. Um, what's your favorite Nickelodeon cartoon? Um, right now, I'm not really sure. It's probably Harvey Beaks. Um, but
Like
overall,
current or like
yeah, I'm not sure if they mean current or overall. Overall, it's
just
probably
overall def
what was yours?
oh oh SpongeBob.
Oh, SpongeBob. Yeah, I'd have to say that overall, mine's either SpongeBob or Avatar: The Last Airbender. Um,
Yeah.
but right now, it's probably Harvey Beaks. What do you think right now? Your favorite is?
I started watching a little bit of Harvey Beaks, but I haven't like kept up with it. I haven't really kept up with any
Yeah,
Nickelodeon shows.
yeah. I saw like the first episodes of Harvey, and I really liked it. I thought it was pretty good. Um, what else? What do you think of Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z, and Sailor Moon? Um, I used to watch Sailor Moon on Toonami, and I mean that wasn't really my cup of tea, but I mean it was still like a good series from what I've heard. Dragon Ball Z, I'm not really too much of an anime watcher overall, but Dragon Ball Z was, it was one of my favorites, and I liked Yu Yu Hakusho also. How about you?
Yeah. I liked all of those like when they were airing on a Toonami. I don't was Yu I think Yu Yu Hakusho was airing on uh at night though in Adult Swim
Oh, it was.
because that one was a bit more mature
Yeah.
because I know it had a lot more mature themes in it. Um, I
The
know that though Tenchi Muyo played on Toonami, which is really weird because that's like a harem anime.
yeah. Um, but then again, four kids during the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
um, so yeah. Question for Paleo. Oh, let me find it again. I just lost it. Question for Paleo. Thoughts on the new French cartoon Miraculous Ladybug? It premiered in Korea earlier this week, and it's set to air in America and France next month.
Oh yeah, I'm really looking forward to that because I saw the original trailer where it was like sort of like anime looking, but now they have it like a 3D series. But so far I am liking the way it looks, and hopefully it's good.
Yeah, I have
So
I have no idea what that is. Um,
Yeah, it's about this like uh superhero girl who dresses up as a ladybug, and then there's this other superhero guy who dresses up as a cat, and they don't know each other's identities, but they're like friends in normally, but they don't know that they're fighting with each other.
what kind of style is it? Is it anime style or just normal cartoon
No,
style?
it's not really anime style because it's sort of like a French 3D
Oh,
series thing.
wait,
Yeah, but
so
it's in English, I think.
like CG?
Yeah,
So it's almost
it's
kind of like
CG.
Code Lyoko, or
Um,
no?
no, I don't think so. I never watched Code Lyoko, so I
Oh,
have no idea.
um, let's see what else. Um, did you see the Pig Goat Banana Cricket show? The commercials made it look like watered down Ren and Stimpy. I saw like 5 minutes of it. I wasn't really intrigued by it at all. I mean, the art style is definitely unique. Um, it definitely looks like something that you would see out of like a Nickelodeon magazine. Um, I as for the show itself, again, I haven't really seen much of it like enough to give an opinion on it. But from what I did see, I wasn't really interested too much in it. How about you?
Hmm. Yeah, I've been asked to give thoughts on it, but I have not seen like anything about it other than like this little thing on Tumblr, and that's about it.
Yeah. See you later,
So,
MQG. He's leaving. Let's see. Paleo. If your favorite dinosaur was in a fight with your least favorite dinosaur, who would win? And that's from Jim.
oh yeah, yeah, I see that from
Yeah.
Jim. Um, I don't know. I don't know what my least favorite dinosaur is, so I don't know if anybody would win. I don't think I have a least favorite dinosaur.
For PaleoSteno, what's your opinion on the 2015 Macy's Parade lineup?
Macy's parade. I have no idea what that.
I think they're
I mean, I
talk.
know what the Macy's Day parade is, but like, what's the lineup?
I think they're talking about the Thanksgiving one. I mean, I don't know either. Every often or every so often I watch it like on Thanksgiving or whatever, but I wouldn't know what the lineup is. If you would mind explaining that, that'd be cool. Um, let's see. Monster, if you could rebrand Cartoon Network, how would you? Um, I don't know. I guess maybe I would add a little bit more variety to the schedule. Normally, it's like in big chunks for like 2 or 3 hours per show. I don't really like that. I think it's more fair when there's a lot of choices because not everybody likes certain shows. So
Yeah,
you
Teen Titans Go is your new favorite show, don't you know?
yeah, and
Cartoon Network says that.
at one point in time too, earlier this year, it took up 58% of Cartoon Network's week schedule, which is
Jesus.
crazy. Um, so I just think I would add a lot more variety to the schedule, and I don't know how I really feel about the look that's going on right now, like the whole neon colors and black and white color scheme. Um, I like the Powerhouse era a lot. Like the cartoon characters and the next bumpers being all like animated old style. And I also like the city era
Yeah.
where all the cartoon characters were interacting with each other. I'd also try to get more blocks. I don't really see too many blocks. Like Cartoon Network Fridays and Cartoon Fridays were fan
Yeah,
favorites and they were
they don't
awesome.
really have a certain block anymore. I mean, even like during the late 2000s they had like the hard Thursdays or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
I
but they
think
don't really have anything like that now.
yeah, I think it's like you know things like blocks. They make people want to like tune in weekly and check back at it and see their favorite stuff. It's not really as organized anymore. It's mostly just whenever you turn on to Cartoon Network, you see Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
What do you think of Steven Universe's adult themes and LGBT representation? Um, I don't really know it. It's definitely something different. It's really unlike what a lot of cartoons, especially on a kids channel, have done. But it's definitely pioneering in that, and it's revolutionary. And
Yeah.
I like. I mean, I like how they're doing that. And it kind of shows how we're moving into a new generation. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much the same.
Um, what do you think of Clarence? Clarence, I don't really see too much of that show. I like the pilot, and I liked like the first episode, but I haven't really seen too much of that either.
I've seen quite a bit of it, but I haven't like kept up with it lately. There are some pretty funny episodes. Um, but it's kind of I don't want to say hit and miss, more like hit and So,
I know what you mean. What are your thoughts on The Simpsons? To be honest, I've never really been too much of a Simpsons person. I remember watching the Simpsons movie when that came out, and I really enjoyed that. But as for the series itself, I've never really been too much of a fan of it. However, I like Futurama goes down as one of my favorite animated series of all time. I really like
yeah, same.
Futurama, who's from the people of the Simpsons. But as for the Simpsons itself, I'm not really too big of a fan of that. Just personal
I
preference.
was I was like really into The Simpsons when when I was a kid. So I literally like grew up with it because it came out the year after I was born.
Mm-hmm.
So like I literally grew up with The Simpsons. Um, but as far as like yeah,
Recent.
the movie came out way too late. Like
Yeah, it was
that
like
was like
2007.
over 15 years after like
The series started.
it really started going. So
Yeah. I mean, recently they've been doing like the Family Guy crossover, the Futurama crossover. I
yeah,
watched both of those, and they were all right in my opinion. Um, but yeah, um, for adult cartoons overall, I used to like watching Family Guy and American Dad and stuff like that, but I kind of grew out of those. And one that I've been watching a ton recently is Rick and Morty. I love that
yeah,
show.
same for me. Yeah, I even got my dad into it. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Yeah, that's hilarious. I've been watching a lot of Rick and Morty recently, and I've just become fascinated with that show. I love everything that it's about. I love like the improv that the voice acting has. I love
yeah.
all the themes and in the probably my favorite episode right now is the one with the boogeyman. Do you know
The
which one that
boogeyman?
is, or whatever they called him? Like Mick and Morty, Rick and Morty. Yeah,
Oh, with the devil.
possibly. They kept going through like different dimensions, and like he went back to like he tried chasing Rick and Morty through dimensions, and then like he ended up by going back to his family. It was like the second episode overall. I think what's it called?
Wait,
I'd have to.
hold on. Did I miss an episode? Because I don't think I did. Because like I rewatched like the first season like 3 times.
Yeah, it was in the episode Lawnmower Dog.
Oh,
Scary Terry. It wasn't the
you're talking
boogeyman. It was Scary
Scary
Terry.
Terry. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like the boogeyman. Like that threw me off.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. I was just calling him the boogeyman.
Yeah,
um,
the guy who looks like Freddy Krueger.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see. Um, hey Monster, have you or Paleo watched the N reboot, Cartoon Network reboot streams? They also have Toon Reboot too. I've like checked them out. I don't watch them regularly at all. But I guess they're cool. I know, like specifically that the Nick reboot got sued by Viacom. Um,
Oh
like a few months ago, and that got taken down. But then there were more fan streams that came about. But I don't watch them regularly. No.
no, I don't either.
Monster, do you like more Cartoon Network original series today more than shows from 2008 to 2010? Well, let's see. There was like Chowder, Flapjack, Ben 10 Alien Force, and like Secret Saturdays back then. And then now it's like Adventure Time, Steven Universe, regular show, Clarence, We Bear Bears. Probably now, to be honest.
Yeah,
I like more of the shows that are on now today. Um, but
yeah, I
both have
definitely
their
say
good and
no.
bad. Um, let's see. Um, what's your guys' favorite video games, new and old? Um, I don't know. I don't. One game that I was playing last week on my GameCube was Tony Hawk American Wasteland, and I really love that game. I like the game itself, and I love the game's soundtrack. Um,
Cool.
I don't know. How about you? Do you know?
Well, probably my favorite game ever is like Super Metroid.
Oh,
So
yeah.
probably that. As far as like new game, I'm not sure. Well, yeah, what our newer game is like the Endless Ocean series.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
Wasn't there a Gravity Falls DS game that came out, or has it not came out yet?
was there?
Yeah,
I
it
know that
was
like
like
regular show
I don't remember the name
and
of it
Adventure Time had
specifically,
those.
but it was like something about a gnome. It was like Secrets of
Oh
the Gnome or
yeah.
something. But yeah. Um, let's see. Um, do you like BoJack Horseman? I saw like the first two episodes, and I like its dry humor. But I mean, I wasn't really one to keep up on the series.
Have you only seen the first two episodes?
Yeah, I saw like how I all I remember, and plus this was like right when it started getting really popular. I remember is BoJack Horseman. He was a washed up like star that used to be on a family sitcom, and then like I remember like a talking dog, and then people freaked out about the talking dog because it was supposed to be a girl, but they made him a guy because they thought that guys would be more funny. But besides that, yeah, I only saw like the first two episodes. But I enjoyed them. How about you?
Yeah, I've watched the first the two seasons that they've had so far, and it's really good. Like you got to keep watching past the third episode because it gets really intense.
Oh, really? How
Yeah,
like how so like dramatic
emotionally
action?
intense.
Oh, emotional. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Um, yeah, I'll definitely check back up on that. Let's see. Um, Squatter Kid. I don't know what that means. Is that like a Steven Universe thing?
Squad. I
Squad
think
or kid?
they meant Squid or Kid,
Oh,
like Splatoon.
what? Oh, Splatoon. Oh, yeah. I don't have a Wii U, so I've never played Splatoon before. How about you?
Yeah, I have it. I really need to play it more often because they keep updating it. So
Don't they keep doing like events and stuff? I heard that they're doing like a
yeah.
Transformers one sometime soon.
Oh yeah, they did the Transformers one. It was like Autobots versus Decepticons.
Yeah.
I think Decepticons won.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, I love playing like Turf War. That's like one of my favorite game modes of all time. And seeing that on Splatoon, I've seen a lot of gameplay from Splatoon. I've seen a lot of people play it, and it looks like a really fun game. But you know, I don't have a Wii U right now, so I haven't played it yet. Um, let's see. Um, when you were watching Ed and Eddie, has there ever been a worst episode of it, or an episode that you don't like in particular? Um, I don't know. There's been definitely some episodes where like one character stereotype has like become like the basis of an episode, and that's kind of bugged me. But other than that, I don't really remember an episode that's in specific that just made me mad. Like I'm talking about like if there's one episode where like the entire plot is around like Eddie's greediness, like I might not be a fan of that one too much. Like I like episodes that are kind of like balanced and don't necessarily have a plot based off of their you know personalities, but rather or ones that are like you know heavily based around them, but rather like ones that have stories and each character has their time to shine. How about you?
Um, for Ed and Eddie, I don't know. I haven't watched it in a very long time, so I'm not sure if I can remember any that I didn't like.
Yeah.
So,
Same. Um, let's see. Um, looking. Oh yeah. Also, did you hear that there's going to be a keep asking questions, by the way, guys. But did you hear that there's going to be a new series from the creator of Johnny Test?
oh
It
really?
Yeah, it's going to be called Super Noobs.
Super Noobs.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I do remember seeing that.
Yeah, it's gonna have like the same you know pretty much basic art style from what I remember. I'd have to look up the synopsis actually. Oh, here it is. It's coming to Teletoon and Cartoon Network. I believe this fall. It's
Hmm.
aimed at the 6 to 11 age demographic, and the synopsis says the supertastic super noobs see the collision of the evils in the universe with the evils of adolescence as a 12-year-old. Nerdy best friends Kevin, Tyler, Shope, and the Roach not only have to contend with the harrowing halls of their middle school, but must survive microcosmic assassins infecting Earthlings, bent on destroying them and the entire world. That was a
Huh.
mouthful. I don't really understand exactly what the show is. it's mostly just going to be random. Um, let's see. Hey Paleo, did you read Pan's new comic Loki RL? Personally, I did. I liked it. I read
Yeah,
the first two episodes or whatever, or the first two
yeah,
comics strips.
yeah. The first, I think he did the third one today.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Loki RL's been in the works for, I started watching Rebel Taxi, probably like 2 or 3 years ago, and there's it's been a long time in the works, and it's cool to see it finally being released. But so far,
yeah.
I enjoy it. It's pretty cool. Um, let's see. Do you like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? I like Mortal Kombat. I've played like Street Fighter once, and those are mostly games I haven't really played like for fun, or I haven't really played them like on my own, but rather if I'm just like having fun with friends, I've played those. How about you?
I'm terrible at fighting games, so I don't really play them that often.
Yeah, I remember. When was it? It was when the game Dragon Ball Z Budokai came out. I got it for the GameCube, and I started playing it, and I was just so bad at it, like I couldn't go past the first level. I've never really been too good at it either. So yeah. Um, Question for Monster and Paleo: do you think that it's sad that shows marketed towards kids are better at handling topics like death or gay people than adult shows? Well, I mean, you have to know that like most adult shows, especially cartoons, are mostly comedies, so they tend to make fun of stuff like that. But even kids that are comedies, as we said previously, a show that's talked about this a lot is Steven Universe, and that's I guess partially a comedy, but it's also Steven Universe is a bunch of things. It's an action, it's a comedy, it's a drama, and they tend to just stick those underlying themes in the show, and it blends in pretty well. But as I said, shows like Family Guy and American Dad, they make fun of gay people all the time because they're comedies. What do you think about that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Um, Barrel handling. Uh, I don't know. I mean, it really depends on the adult shows we're talking about because I know like I forgot the name of it. I think it was like Will and Grace that did dealt a lot with gay people.
Oh, really?
Um, um, but yeah, it really depends on the shows you watch, I think.
Um,
No, depending on if it's adult or kid
yeah.
oriented.
What are your favorite things about the Nudes era? If you don't know what that is, that's like the era of Cartoon Network where their look was like it was all like the blobs and like the people where they all had like the same basic design and like there was a bunch of paint and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? It was like
Oh
CGI.
yeah, those. When was that?
That was like 2008 to 2010. That was the era
Oh,
before the
okay.
Check It era.
Yeah,
And the question was, what are your favorite things about it? I guess the look was kind of cool, and I guess some of the shows were pretty good too. Like I was a fan of Shutter and Flapjack at the time. How
yeah,
about you? Same.
yeah. It was very weird. I kind of wanted them to do something different because I'm not sure if I really like those.
Yeah, that was the era like when I started kind of drifting away from Cartoon Network too, because starting in 2009 they did all the live action stuff, which really kind of
Yeah.
turned me off from Cartoon Network. Um,
Oh yeah. There was a question here that I wanted to see.
uh huh.
Says who has the worst schedule on TV?
Oh, um, I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, I would kind of throw Disney Channel out of it because they don't really do animation anymore. Um, but I guess
Yeah.
you could still. But I don't know. Nickelodeon. I don't really like how they're stacking on SpongeBob and now like Alvin and the Chipmunks. And same with Cartoon Network. I don't like how they're stacking a lot on Teen Titans Go because that's definitely not my favorite new show, and they're airing it way too much. Um, I'd have to say like Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network probably.
Yeah. Yeah. For other channels like I'd probably say like History Channel or Discovery because what they used to do is like really like I'm not sure what I'm gonna say. But as
Do you
far as
mean
like
like
what they
how?
air now,
Yeah. Do you mean like how they're all like Alaskan people reality shows now?
yeah, and also like how History Channel is like, okay, it's another pawn shop or Pawn Stars. I mean,
Yeah. I feel the same way. Like Discovery Channel, now like they barely air MythBusters, and it's all like Alaskan reality shows and like uh
yeah, they
and
used to
other
rely
kinds
on
of
MythBusters a lot.
yeah. And same with like History Channel, they do like like the reality shows now and Pawn Stars a lot. Um, let's see. Monster, is there one show you wish you could have personally saved from cancellation? Ooh, this is a tough one. Probably Symbionic Titan. Um,
Oh yeah.
I really didn't that show definitely that was too short lived. It should have gone on for way longer. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely that. And I'd also say reboot because it was canceled like after a cliffhanger that they had,
Yeah.
and and Tony J died like I forgot when he died, but he died a few years after that cancellation. So they 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 would have had his voice for Megabyte. Um, but there's going to be a new reboot series, so I'm interested to see what that's going to be
Yeah.
like.
Um, I'm not sure if Samurai Jack ended or just got canceled, but I mean, also Aku, the voice of Aku, Mako,
Yeah,
he died in like 2006, and Samurai Jack ended in like 2004 or something like that. Um,
yeah.
and Gendy Tartakovsky, he kept saying that there was going to be the finale of Samurai Jack was going to be a theatrical Samurai Jack movie. Um, and he's been promising us that, but he's been working over at Sony on like the Hotel Transylvania stuff and all that, and we haven't heard anything about it since
Oh yeah,
2013.
speaking of canceled like shows, also like the canceled movies, like the Popeye movie.
Oh yeah, I was
Because
because I
yeah,
I really liked the animation test that had, and then he it kicked the bucket. Gendy said he stopped working on it because he wanted to work on his other project. I don't remember. It's
yeah.
called like Gendy Tartakovsky's like Can You Imagine It or something
It's
like
not
that.
that he didn't want to do Popeye, is that they Sony decided, no, no, let's not do this. And then he's like, well, I'll do my own thing then.
Yeah,
So
I yeah, I really like the animation style of that. It kind of reminded me of the animation style of the new Peanuts movie that's coming out this
oh yeah,
November. It's CG, but it looks very similar to 2D, which is cool.
yeah.
And Paleo, if you had to work with one director and make a cinematic masterpiece, who would it be?
Ooh. Hmm. I'd probably either say Stanley Kubrick, though
Ooh,
he's dead.
that's a good one.
Um, or the Coen brothers.
Oh yeah, they're good. Yeah, I don't know. Christopher Nolan, I've liked a lot of his stuff. Although in some of his movies, I can kind of get lost at points, and like I don't really know what he's trying to imply with certain things, especially in like Inception and Interstellar. Um, Martin Scorsese is a good director. I like his stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, him too.
Um,
Oh yeah, and friggin' Quentin Tarantino, like to do
oh,
something with
Quentin
him.
Tarantino is fantastic. Yeah, I love his movies. Speaking of which, have you seen the stuff for the Hateful Eight?
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that too. And then also I saw stuff for The Revenant. That's not Quentin Tarantino, but
Yeah,
that's from the director of Birdman. I'm excited to see that.
yeah.
Um, let's see. Hey, what's up? What do you think about Teen Nick? I watch it sometimes. I like how they have the '90s are all that block. I wish that they would kind of put more shows on that because out of like the 4 hour time slot that they have, they only choose to like put like two shows. Like out of the 4 hours that they have, they only do like Cat Dog and Rocket Power. I think that they should kind of like use that space more to their advantage, and maybe air some game shows too, like Legends of the Hidden Temple. But I watch it sometimes. Like I might see like Drake and Josh. I'm watching that sometimes. What about you?
Um, yeah, I've never really watched that much, so
I definitely preferred Nick Gas, which was like the iteration of Teen Nick like 10 years ago, where it was just exclusively like reruns of '90s Nick game shows like Double Dare and Legends of the Hidden Temple and stuff. I really like that.
yeah.
Um, Let's see. Do you think Adventure Time the movie is going to be better than Regular Show the movie? I don't know.
Um, didn't they said they have like people from the Lego Movie working on it?
Yeah, I think so.
Because if that's the case, then it probably will be.
Yeah, the Lego movie was a wicked big success, and obviously the Adventure Time one's going to be in theaters too. And Regular Show was just a TV movie, so they probably have a way larger budget for the Adventure Time movie. And I'm not sure if Pendleton Ward came back to work on the movie or not. Do you know if
Hmm.
he did?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm definitely gonna go see it on the night it premieres, and I'm not sure. I'm probably going to say maybe, or maybe actually probably, but you never know. Um, let's see. Ever seen Clone High? I don't know what that is. How about you?
Oh, Clone High. It's from the writers of the Lego Movie. Is the show they have on MTV. I saw the first episode and I really liked it. I really need to watch the rest of that because it's very funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Um, if
So
you two were in charge.
it's.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say what it was about
Oh. Um,
because it's like all these clones of like famous uh like figures in history, like Abraham Lincoln and Cleopatra, and they all go to this school.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually sounds really cool. Um, if you two were in charge of the FCC, would you both lead a massive campaign to fix television as a whole? Um, I don't really know. I don't really know if there's anything you can do as the FCC. Obviously, they're in charge of all the channels, but I don't think it's necessarily television as a whole's fault. It's just like certain networks and their decisions, which they rightfully have as a business. What do you think?
I'm not sure like what I would do if I was in charge of the FCC.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Um, does anyone know about other shows that are coming to Cartoon Network next year that aren't reboots? Um, I think that there's a show coming called like, oh wait, no, never mind. That's coming to Nickelodeon. Um, I, there probably is one or two. I just can't think of them. Their names. Do you know?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Have you seen Wonder Over Yonder or Pen Zero? Um, I've seen Wonder Over Yonder, but I haven't seen Pen Zero.
Yeah, I haven't seen Pen Zero either. Uh people have told me to check it out, so I might check it out at some point, but I haven't watched it yet.
One cartoon that I'm really looking forward to on Disney XD is the Guardians of the Galaxy one because I mean I was a really big fan of the movie and I just want to see if the cartoon series is the same way.
Yeah, how about you, Nate?
Um, do you think or do you watch web cartoons like Bee and Puppy Cat? Yes, I do. I've seen some Bee and Puppy Cat and I also watched Bravest Warriors. And even though he doesn't post anymore, I used to watch some of his Onyang G stuff. But I also, I watch a bunch of animators like Rubber Ninja and all of them. How about you?
Yeah, I watched like all those, and I also watched the Fin Punch cartoon that was on Cartoon Network. Um, and also Cyanide and Happiness. That's another
Oh,
like cartoon series that I watch.
yeah, that's a good one. I've only seen like the web comics or whatever that those have. I haven't seen like the
Yeah,
actual series.
yeah,
Um,
their channel has like a bunch of shorts, and they also did like a thing for a couple of months where they had like actual 20 minute um or it was either 20 minute or like 11 minutes of just like shorts together in
oh,
like
really?
in a single show. Yeah, it was
That's
pretty
cool.
cool. They only did it for like a few months though, because it was part of their like Kickstarter or whatever.
Yeah. Speaking of, did you hear about the SWAT Cats Kickstarter?
Yeah, I did.
I personally donated to that, and I talked to Christian Tremblay about it, and the campaign's over now, but I'm excited to see what they have in store. I think that they raised enough to do like the 2 minute teaser, so I'm looking forward to that definitely. I know that they're gonna pitch it to a few networks, so hopefully that goes through.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Nicktoon Cat Scratch? Um, yeah, I do. I remember liking it. How about you?
Cat Scratch?
Yeah.
I don't think I remember that.
Um, if I remember correctly, it was about three cats that like lived in a mansion, and it was about like the three cats. One of them was like a black cat. One of them was like he
Oh,
had like a
this
Scottish
thing. Oh
accent,
yeah.
and one of them was named like Waffles, and he was like the dummy out of the group. Um, it's almost kind of like
Oh,
a
no
cat
wonder I
version
don't
of
remember it
huh
because it aired from 2005 to 2007. That's when I wasn't really watching
Nickelodeon.
cartoons.
Yeah. What are some cartoons that you liked as kids but don't like anymore? Ooh, that's a tough one.
Rocket Power?
um, yeah. Um, I mean, if you're talking about shows that are still going on, I don't like the newer episodes of SpongeBob or the Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh yeah.
But as for ones that like aired during my childhood that I don't care for anymore, um, I don't really know. I don't really watch too much. I don't really have the time to go back and watch a lot of stuff from my childhood. But I don't know. Maybe like whatever happened to Robot Jones. I don't really like that show. Uh, you know, watching it recently. How about you?
Um, I can't really think of any other than Rocket Power.
Yeah. Um, and our last question: do you like Disney XD? Yeah, I do like Disney XD. They probably have the most variety in terms of their schedule out of all the kids networks, and I like a lot of their programming. I like Phineas and Ferb, Gravity Falls. Um, I like some of their action stuff. So yeah, how about you?
Yeah, I like Disney XD. I don't really watch it that often, but I watch the cartoons
Same.
that air on it.
Yeah. So that's it for Cartoon Fridays number 35. Thank you so much, PaleoSteno, for being on today.
No
Um,
problem.
I'll have his links in the description. Please go check out his stuff. He has a really good channel. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and have a good night.
Bye.